Happy video day, guys. Christina, Brooke here. Today we're going to be doing a tag video. I actually don't do tag videos very often on the channel, and I saw this one. I thought it could be interesting. I actually saw Angelica Nickfeast do it, and I think it was created by Kate the Great Beauty and Better Off Red. So I will link their videos down below, and also Angelica's, because that's where I actually saw the tag. But I thought this could be an interesting tag, maybe answer some of these fun questions. This is more about like the content creator side of beauty. So it's interesting to kind of see like what goes on behind the scenes, and maybe like some of these questions that if you are interested in this type of business, or if you're interested in getting into something similar to what I'm doing on YouTube, maybe some of these questions would interest you. And it's interesting. I just thought it was a fun video to film. So I decided let's do it. Some of these questions are actually kind of hard, so I'm going to try to answer these the best that I can. But if you are new, don't forget to go ahead and hit subscribe, join the family. I would love to see you again, and hopefully you want to see me. So let's go ahead and let's start answering questions right now. Okay, so there is 17. So there's 17 questions on this tag, and it's the content creator confession tag. So let's go ahead and let's start off with number one. So number one is, how do you feel about the term influencer, and do you feel you are one? Okay, so this is complicated because I personally don't love the term influencer, only because I think that when it was first created, like when they came up with this term, it was just like, oh, well, these people are influencing people to buy things, and they just said, oh, they're an influencer, right? And in reality, it kind of just has like a little bit of a negative ring to it, because it's like when you think that somebody's influencing you to do something, it's not because you want to do it, like they're telling you the reasons you should do it and they influence you to do it. So I don't really, I mean, I guess if you think of it negatively, you know, but I feel like when people hear that word, the first thing they think is negative, like, oh, an influencer, like, you know, I don't love the term. I feel like a lot of the stuff that I do on YouTube is more around video production, you know, like kind of like a show. It's more like, for me, this feels more like a show, or like an online show, than it does like me like trying to tell you guys what to buy. Yes, I give you guys opinions and tell you guys things that I like and things that I don't, and I kind of just like critique certain things, but it's not in an influency fashion. Okay, so there is certain people or certain types of people that do like online stuff that I do consider it more like influencing you to do things. And then I feel like there's other sides of people who like do more like they're showing you different things and giving critiques and telling you, you know, different stuff. It's not just about trying to make you buy things. It's also about, you know, talking about makeup, talking about their likes, also showing you clothes and showing you how to wear things and giving you hints and tips and tricks. And I don't know. I guess maybe it's just that they put like such a negative ring to influencer that sometimes when I hear it, I'm like, I wish it had like a different label that sounded a little bit more cohesive with all of the stuff that goes into what we do. How do you decide to become a content creator? So I think, you see, I like content creator. See, that word I like a little bit more, content creator, because that is kind of like what I feel like I do. How do you become one? I would say that most people, or at least when I first started doing it, I kind of just did it because I liked photography, video, makeup, fashion, and I just wanted to see if there was something creative that I could do with all of it, never even really thinking that I would have the many subscribers that I do. Like, I just honestly just wanted to do it because I thought it could be fun. And I think a lot of content creators usually start off because they have a talent in a certain area and they want to showcase it in their own terms. And I think like if you have something that you're like passionate about, or that you feel like people can relate to, what better way to portray that or to show people that than to like create your own little production, you know? So I think that that's why most people do it. You know, there's other people who do it for, you know, I guess Instagram, social media, modeling and stuff. But I think like the full content creators that do like a vast majority of all this stuff is because they feel like they have something that they want to showcase, and they do it. And you just start and you're gonna hate all your first videos, but you just start. What's your experience with knowing other creators in life, good or bad? You know, I personally have only had good experiences meeting people. I haven't actually done an official, have I ever officially met somebody? I guess I haven't gone to meet somebody. I have a few influencer friends that live where I live in Miami, and we have probably like talked about getting together, but because of the whole pandemic and all that stuff, like I hadn't really like ventured. Now that things have calmed down, I feel like I will start, you know, making arrangements like to hang out with people. I think it could be cool to just be face to face with somebody who does like the same thing as you. I mean, like not many people can relate to what we do, you know? So that would be interesting. But everybody I have met like online have been the sweetest people. Like I have met awesome people. Do you accept sponsorships and how do you feel about them? Yes, I like 100% accept sponsorships and I totally agree with them. As a content creator, you're creating so much content for free, right? You're doing it for your viewers, you're doing it because you have a talent in something. And then brands come along and then they want to give you stuff so that you show off their stuff so that they make money. After a while of doing this, you start kind of feeling like you're being used as the middleman to show off all these products, but at the end of the day, you're really not making anything back for yourself. So you're not really ever making this into a business. So it kind of, you know, when you get to a certain point, you realize that, you know, some of the brands are using you for your audience, right? And the reason the audience is there is because of you. And there is a certain point that you start saying, well, I should be making money off of this, and I want to make this into something. And the only way to really increase production, increase, you know, your visibility and all this stuff is to start making money back and buy more stuff, buy more product. So after a while, I feel like you have to start accepting these sponsored contents, and you have to start to create it into a business if you want to continue doing this long term. Otherwise, you know, other things will take more importance. Your job's going to be more important, you know, things that actually make you money so you can pay for your bills. That's going to become more important than YouTube or than your content, because that's just life. You know, you can't do everything for free, which, yeah, that would be nice, but it's not a reality. If you really want to continue like a real, you know, channel and stuff, you actually have to make money off of it. So yes, I totally agree with sponsorships. I see no problem in inserting like a little commercial into a video, but you're getting paid for that commercial. I don't see a problem with sponsoring somebody sending me over clothes and for me to doing a try on haul that they're actually paying me for. That's totally fine. I'll never show something that I don't like. Me personally, like if I accept a sponsorship, it's because something that I think is going to be good, you know? So I'm not gonna accept a sponsorship on something that I'm like, I will tell you, like at this point where I'm at, I do get a lot of emails and a lot of things that could turn into sponsorships, and a lot of them I delete because I'm like, yeah, no, you know, like that's not something that I would wanna show. Or that's like, not really interested, especially with like clothing. I get a lot of brands sending me emails saying that they want me to do videos for them. I'll look at their sites, I'll look at what they have. And if it's not something that I feel like my audience would like, or it's not like the taste that I think is good for my channel, I won't accept the sponsorships. I think as the content creator, you need to determine what is a perfect sponsorship for you, and you accept what you think the channel would benefit from. And you should make money off of it. I mean, the multi-million-dollar companies are making all of the money for all of the videos that we do not get sponsored for because you guys are buying their stuff. So we should be making something as the creative content developers that we are. But yeah, I tend to not want to get jobs though that they pay me commission for sales. I think that that's like the difference. Commission for sales, I'll do very, very, very seldom, because I don't feel like I'm a salesperson. Like I'm not gonna try to tell you buy this water bottle. Let's see how many people can buy it. No, I would rather them just pay me for the development of what I do, you know, the video production, the video, all that stuff, but not commissions off what I sell. Have you ever experienced with a brand that left a bad taste in your mouth? Have I? Let me think. I know I have gotten in back and forths with brands that have wanted me to do content for free. I would say like a real bad taste in my mouth. I haven't gotten 100%. I haven't loved when a brand will send you a contract for sending you free products. And I'm like, I'm not signing a contract to get free makeup that honestly I don't need, right? So I've never liked it when they do that. And sometimes in their contracts, they'll say like they can use your content forever. And you're like, you didn't pay me for this. Like, you know what I mean? So I think like those type of things have put bad taste in my mouth, but like that I've had like a really bad experience. Not really, not yet. Hopefully never will. How do you deal with negative comments? You know, this one is hard. And I guess I'm not the best with criticism. I don't love criticism. I don't think anybody does. But I'm such a like, I try to do things to the best that I can. Like I literally will try to have the best lighting, the best this. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to what I do, right? So when I get negative comments, it is hard because I did everything to create this video. So if somebody says something like, you know, I didn't like your lighting or I didn't like this, every comment is usually pointed at you. So you're always like, you know? And especially if you're somebody who really tries to do it really good, like you really put effort into it, you know, it hurts. I've gotten some negative comments. I think some comments get to me more than others. I think sometimes when people don't understand like purposes of videos and you could tell they didn't even really watch it and they kind of just like leave a negative comment like, this doesn't make sense. And you're like, did you watch it? Did you understand what you saw? Those type of things do get you mad because I feel like sometimes negative comments attract more negative comments. So like if I leave a negative comment up, people will just jump on the bandwagon of that negative comment and leave comments. But it's weird because then when you delete that comment, you won't get no more negativity. So it's very strange. I try not to let them bother me. If it is something that bothers me, I just usually delete it off the channel or I'll block the person. Like they could still watch my videos and they think that they're commenting, but all of their comments don't show up for me or anybody to see. So they think that they're there, but they're not. Sometimes I'll do that because just depending on what the comment is, if I could see it's mean-spirited, like they're doing it to just really like make you down, I don't need to read that. I don't think anybody else needs to read that. So those people I just usually block. So I've gotten to a point that I feel like I've gotten okay with the comments that are negative, and I'm lucky to not have that many. So that's probably why. But I think like the bigger creators that just constantly get negative comments, that must be so hard. I don't know how they deal with it. What's your biggest pet peeve when it comes to comments? Well, I kind of answered that. I think my biggest pet peeve is when somebody comments something that it's not what the purpose of the video was, like almost like they see the thumbnail and they'll say, oh my gosh, like, okay, so one of the biggest ones that I get is like for the Make Up Your Mind, where I try to find a palette in my collection, like I'll swatch it out. One of the main comments that I always get with the negative comments are like, this video makes no sense. I won't go into 7 eyeshadow palettes to create a look. And I'm like, that's not the purpose of the video. The video is to mimic the eyeshadow palette so I could see what it looks like, to see if I want to buy it, not to literally go into 7 eyeshadow palettes to create a look. Sometimes I will find out that maybe one palette has a majority of the colors and I could just replace it with that palette. But it's like when I read that, I'm like, I guess the person didn't, like they just automatically think I'm duping it and I'm saying like use 17 palettes to create an eyeshadow look. And that's not the point, you know? So like when I see those, I'm like, okay, you didn't watch the video or you didn't understand it. And those already those kind of annoy me because those videos do take long to do and a lot of research. And when they miss the point, it's like, you know? What's your favorite part of being a content creator? Okay, my favorite part is just literally creating the content. I love doing videos. I love photos. I love fashion. So I know I'm between beauty and fashion here. I'm incorporating more fashion onto the channel little by little. I've been doing it probably for like a year and a half. You guys have been noticing more fashion show up. And I just love fashion. So like when it comes to the photography part, I love taking pictures with beautiful dresses. I love creating eye looks and sitting and talking to a camera. I like editing. I like editing. I think it's fun. It's relaxing for me. Honestly, this is kind of like relaxing time for me when I film, which is kind of cool. What is your least favorite part of being a content creator? I think my least favorite part is sometimes you put a lot of work into videos and then they don't take off. Like, I'll be like, wow, this is a really good video, but then it didn't get the reach that you wanted because it wasn't like a trending topic, or, you know, maybe I could have worded the title better, or, you know, for SEO. And, you know, sometimes I just don't know what to call things or to name them so that they get the reach that they can. And sometimes when I see like this was a good video and it doesn't get the reach that I feel like it should have gotten, it is kind of frustrating because you're like, I wish more people could have seen this, because I think if they would have, they probably would have liked it. That to me is frustrating. It happens more with the fashion content. Sometimes these kind of videos, like for example, this tag video, I don't know how much reach it's gonna actually get because it's not like trending, you know, it's not like something everybody's searching for. So we'll see. But yeah, that's usually frustrating, especially when you put a lot of time into it. Do you edit your own content? And if so, do you enjoy it? I said that. I love editing content. I think it's so fun. Even though I don't have the most time in the world, I literally love editing. It's like I'll sit there at night and sometimes I won't even go to sleep till like 2 a.m. just editing videos. Or like I could sit there and edit all day. So yeah, I like it. I do. Where do you draw the line in regard to sharing on social media? Okay, so I've always said this. I am not the best social media influencer. I didn't do this for that. Do you know? So I did this more for creating like a show, like a production, like so much fun. But when it comes to like sharing my life and being like a social media person, I am not the most social. Like I'm kind of like, if I'm in a social environment, I will be social, but I'm not like somebody who's like, oh, this happened and look at this and look at that. So it actually is hard for me to post on stories all the time on Instagram or to share like very personal things. Like I'm just like really not like that in real life. So to do it on camera is kind of weird. I feel like that to me is a struggle. Like I draw the line, I guess, when it comes to like family and real personal stuff. I just don't like talking about stuff like that. And I don't know why. I'm kind of private. So I do draw the line with that. I love to keep it to fashion and makeup and what I love, what I don't love. And every once in a while, giving a little personal information. But I don't know. For me, I just feel like most people are watching this for the love of makeup and fashion. Like trying to throw in like, you know, my personal stuff. Sometimes it's like, why? And it's uncomfortable for me to talk about. So I think I usually draw the line with that. But it's not even like done on purpose. It's just how I am. So I just do it naturally. So maybe that's why you guys don't notice. I don't know. Name one thing you wish you knew when you were starting out. Okay, so when I first started this, I literally started this as just an scapegoat, like something to give the time, to just pass time, to entertain myself. And I didn't start it thinking that I could ever grow. I didn't start it with that mentality. So I think starting out for probably like the first year and a half, I was just doing content that I just thought was fun, right? I wish I would have had a little bit more of a strategy. Like if I would have thought of this, like I could do this, maybe doing new makeup releases or doing reviews or doing something that could have like really started the channel off strong and then started doing things that I liked would have probably been the better route than starting with things that I like that really don't get that much reach. And then later getting into reviews that get a lot of reach. And then, you know, like I think I would have started a little bit with a stronger we need growth mentality than just I'm just doing this for fun. Also, I probably would have started incorporating fashion a lot earlier when I started because I do love the variety and I like having different parts of what I love being showcased. And That probably goes against the whole growing thing, because I know if you like stick to one thing, you grow quicker. But I do think starting with fashion and makeup at the same time would have been smart. But then again, that's not what I did. Is there any change you'd like to make to your content in the future? Well, I'll be honest, in the future, I personally don't want to continue just doing like first impression type of videos. As much as I like first impressions, they kind of get boring after a while. Like just buying the brand new release and showing it and like showing it and showing it. Like it's fun, but it gets boring. I really like more of like the creative content, like the Make Up Your Minds and creating like little series, the Buying Everything Natasha Denona, the fashion videos where I'm showing you guys new things that are releasing. Those kind of videos I really enjoy more. So as the time goes by, unless I'm getting things in PR, I don't know about like the whole new makeup release. Like I'm never probably gonna chase after everything that launches. Like I can't do that. I just don't want to, But like things that interest me, I think I will always do. But what company collab is your dream? Oh gosh, my dream collab, Natasha Denona. I would love to collab with Natasha Denona just because she's my favorite makeup brand. When it comes to clothing, I would love to collab with, I know Zara doesn't really collab with people, but Zara, H&M, or Express, any of those, I would be like super excited to collab with. Makeup, Natasha Denona, Patrick Ta. I mean, even like Pat McGrath. I would like any of those. Like those would just be like cool collabs. I would love to make an eyeshadow palette with the brand. Like it would just have to be a brand that has like really good formula. But I feel like doing the creative with it and actually developing the color story and playing with colors, or even doing a lipstick combination or something like that, I think would be a dream collab. And the brand would just have to have a good formula, So that I would like to do more than just picking a brand, but we'll see. What other creator do you admire, want to work with? Oh, I admire a lot of creators. Like, you guys know I'm friends with Tara Lynn. I really, really love her. I love Erin Nicole. She's been such a sweet girl to me. Morgan Turner was always very sweet to me as well. Hey, it's Jacqueline. Jacqueline is a really, really nice girl. I feel like there's a lot of creators that I really, really love on the platform that they've just been really nice people to me. When it comes to like bigger creators, I like Allie Glines. I like Samantha March. Angelica Nickvist I really like too. So there's a lot of creators that I would love to do stuff with that I just think are like, they seem like genuinely nice people. So I would like to work with, I would like to do something with them for sure. What kind of content do you hate? What do I hate? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I hate anything, to be honest. Do I hate something? I don't know. I think for the most part, I like most content. No, I think every content is kind of interesting. So I don't think I hate any. Have you ever had to deal with cancel culture? And if so, how? I actually don't think I personally have. Maybe it's because I am a little bit more reserved with personal thoughts on things that I think cancel culture would attack you with. But no, I haven't. I have seen other people get attacked. I've gotten like little comments, like if I use something and then people are like, well, why did you use that brand? This happened. But since I don't always follow along with what's happening, like when it comes to brands and makeup and stuff, sometimes I won't know. And like when people will tell me, I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know that happened. So I haven't really had like a real cancel culture experience, but I have seen people get really, really, really attacked for stuff. And it's hard because, some people I've seen that I'm like, well, those people are really nice people. So it's like, sometimes people say stupid things. Sometimes people make mistakes. Sometimes people just don't know what's going on with brands, or they're not keeping up with the mistakes that brands are making. And, I don't believe that much in cancel culture. Like I feel like everybody makes mistakes, and I think that everybody should be forgiven, right? Unless they keep doing the same thing multiple times, you know, then you start saying, okay, well, that's a different story. But I think it's a little harsh. So thank God I haven't had to deal with it. But let me see, is that it? That is it. So that's the 17th question. And I feel like this is going to be a long video. So let me know down below if you guys liked this. And yeah, I think it was a really cool tag. And yeah, I guess that's all for the video. Don't forget to hit subscribe. And thanks so much for watching. Leave your comments below. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.